Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Chem 1105 with your host, me, Dr. White. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming to my class tonight. Good news, you didn't have to go to COD. The roads out there are very icy and dangerous. All right, couple things. First of all, I'm Dr. White. I'm your instructor this semester. I have two sections I'll be teaching. That's 1105 net 08 and 1105 net 09. I've been teaching at COD since 2007. I've been teaching at community colleges. I also teach at Elgin Community College since 2001. All right, a couple important things. First of all, I have a hearing problem. If we were face to face and I've taught 1105 face to face, I'd have my hearing aids in. I don't. Why? Because right up above, I have two big amplified speakers for my computer, so I can jack up the volume if I need to. However, if you talk softly when you ask a question, or have an accent, or talk softly with an accent, I might have a hard time understanding what you're saying. So if I ask you to repeat something once or twice or even three times, please be understanding. That's my problem. Help me out. Now, probably the most important thing I will talk about tonight is this. Everybody, please pay attention. In my class, there's no such thing as a dumb question. I'll say it again. In my class, there's no such thing as a dumb question. In my world, there's no such thing as a dumb question. If you have a question about something, ask. I didn't learn that lesson until my third year in grad school, and I learned it from a postdoctoral fellow who was in our research group, someone who already had a PhD, was working in our research group. I got my PhD in synthetic organic chemistry from Michigan State. Go green, go white. But anyways, in East Lansing, and we had our group meeting, and I happened to be talking about my research. And Dr. Palavin, I still remember, a great guy, Larry Palavin, asked, can you show me the mechanism for this key reaction in your research? And I did. And afterward, I went up to him and said, Dr. Palavin, weren't you embarrassed? We teach that mechanism to undergrad chem majors. He said, why should I be embarrassed? I didn't know it. I know it now. So it was good for me to ask a question. At that point in my brain, it registered, don't be afraid to ask questions. And over the years, it's evolved to where I have the saying, there's no such thing as a dumb question in my class. So always feel free to ask questions. All right, little background on me. First of all, I'm still Dr. White. I haven't changed my name yet. By the way, I have a sense of humor and use it. Sometimes I have good humor days. Sometimes you and I both have to suffer through my not so good humor. But anyways, hopefully it'll be a good humor night tonight. All right, my background. I have a PhD from Michigan State in synthetic organic chemistry. Synthesis means to make. My training is making new molecules. I got my undergraduate degree in chemistry, bachelor's degree from Illinois Institute of Technology. Can you see that on the ring? Anyways, and for many decades, yes, decades, I was a senior research and development manager at a couple different international chemical companies. Around 2001, the chemical industry left Chicagoland, and I didn't want to move. So one, I started being a consultant, and two, I started teaching first at Elgin Community College. Like I said, in 2007, I also started teaching at College of DuPage. I should tell you, in 2010, I won Outstanding Faculty Year for teaching organic chemistry here, 1212, but I've taught this class numerous times, both face-to-face and since COVID started on Zoom. So I hopefully know what I'm doing. I do. All right. Now, one other thing I should tell you about myself is I'm a very selfish person in certain ways. And the way I'm very selfish is I like to have good things happen around me. I'm very selfish when it comes to that. And one of the things that makes me happy and is a good thing is to see students succeed. So listen carefully. I will do anything and I will help you in any way to help you, and listen carefully, help you work toward getting the best grade you want to get. I'll help you any way because it makes me much more happier. It's good for my heart to see students succeed and get good grades than to see students not succeed and get bad grades. It actually hurts me when I see someone get D's and F's. That's not good. I don't like that. And I should tell you historically, and it was true last semester when I taught 1105 here online net and face-to-face, same thing. If you follow some of the stuff I'll teach you tonight, what you should do, work you should do in my class, historically, about 65, 70% of the students earn A's, and majority of the class get A's or B's. A number of summers ago, face-to-face, general chemistry to 1211, which is a step up from here. I had a class where I had 24 students. I had 22 A's and earned A students and 2 B's. And if I hadn't helped the B students out, they would have flunked and they got a B, which is a great accomplishment for them. So that's a little about my background. All right, let's go through some important things you should know. All right, on your screen, and you can see Blackboard. Blackboard is the school's COD's computer interface system. If you don't know how to get the login, let's go to my favorite search engine. I like Google. I've been using it since it first came out, and I think 95 or 96. And if you put in COD and then Blackboard, log in, and click on this, you wind up in the same place. And let me log in. Let me try that again. There we go. Now, this is my interface. Now, I'm teaching a double course at the same time, 1105 Net 08, 1105 Net 09. They're identical. And you'll be taking the same test, whether you're in 08 or 09, and doing the same work. But I'll click on 08 for now, but people in 09, this is identical. Now, here we're at Blackboard. And you'll see in the main page when you click on that, announcements. And I do have to say, beginning of the semester, I've sent out a lot of stuff. It won't be as much as we've evolved, but the first day or week, there's a lot going on. There are some changes that you have to know about. Now, if you look on the left-hand side, that side right here, you'll see a bunch of different things you can click on. Now, I'll talk later. I'll send out, not tonight, about this pre and post assessment. All right, if you notice here, you can click on my Zoom office hours login, and here's the login for that. Every Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m., I'll be here on Zoom with that login. If you have any questions, stop by. I'm here to help. Then you'll see I have syllabus, announcements, assignments, course information, my YouTube channel. Did you know I'm a YouTube star? Yes, I am. maybe. And here I have my favorite music and books. I'll talk about that. And let me go to student view. Hold on. All right, I'm now in student view, and this is exactly what you would see on your screen. Let's go to syllabus. Here's the syllabus. I have it as a PDF file, and that's the way the school asks us to put the syllabus and other stuff. I have both as a Word and MS file or MS Word file and a PDF. But tonight I'll go through the syllabus in a little while. And there are other things we'll cover here tonight. So if you were to click on this, and I'm going to open it a different way so I can write on it. Here's the syllabus. And let me check, because sometimes Blackboard, Zoom tells me, yep, you can see it, but you really can't, but they added something recently. All right, if you're taking my net 09, the only difference in the syllabus is right here, the number 8 or 9. Otherwise, it's identical. All right, let's go through this. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. You can read it at your leisure, but I'm still Dr. White. Here's an office phone. Here's my email. Here's my YouTube channel. I'll talk about that in a little while. My office hours, once again, the link to that. Now, how's the best way to reach me? And that's by email. Why? Well, if you look up here, this phone number is really a voicemail box. I think I checked it the last time, maybe 2015, 2016. I don't know how many years ago. I don't even remember the password for that anymore. Don't call that. Use my email address, whitek@cod.edu. I check this twice a day, every day, Monday through Sunday. Now, my day starts early and ends late. All my life, I have needed a lot of sleep. So usually the first time I'll check in the morning is somewhere between 6 and 7 a.m. Yep, I'm already working then. And late afternoon or early evening, I'll check it again, sometimes during the middle of the day too. But I will check it at least twice a day, every day, including Saturday and Sunday. You send me an email, unless I'm really sick or I win the lotto, which I haven't yet, I will get back to you within 24 hours or usually less. Now, per Chem department regulations, all faculty have to put in the following: catalog description, course method. This is called the active course file. You can read this on your own or don't. All right, now, oh my goodness, hold on. I don't even have a copy right now where I can see it, but the textbook is called Chemistry for Changing Times. I have made it optional. If you go to ratemyprofessor.com and see me for this class or other classes, you don't need the book. If you want to get it, get the digital copy. It's cheaper. I don't use any of the online from the publisher material, so you don't have to spend extra money for that. Or really, you don't have to buy the book. As general chemistry books go, everybody know nonverbal communication? That's what I think of it. I have written my own practice problems, and from my lecture slides, students do very well without the book. But everything I talk about is in the book, and some of the stuff I talk about isn't even in the book. Now, the lab kit is required. I send out information, and from when I bought when I wrote this, last semester they didn't, but this year they changed. The COD bookstore, if you bought it online, used to send it out by US mail. snail mail, and it could take 2 weeks to get to your house. Some students that happen. Now if you buy online, they're sending it out by email and they get it to you within a day or two. So if you haven't bought it, you need to buy the voucher. Once you get the voucher, this is how you redeem this and follow it. If you have any problems with this, get back to me and I can help you with Carolina Company. They're very good. When we first started using a lab kit right after COVID started, we used another company's, which was terrible. This one we've used for a while. I've used it, and it's really good. It's quite good. Now, I have this. They've just changed it, the chem department. There's a thing they've added, and I'll put out an email in the next couple of days that by midterm, if you haven't done a lab from the Carolina kit, and I get a list from Carolina, those who have registered with a voucher, so I know you bought the kit, if you haven't done a lab, actual chemical lab, I am required to drop students. That's the department policy now. If by midterm you haven't done at least and uploaded at least one lab using the Carolina kit, and you've also purchased a kit, and I'll get a list of all students who purchased it, I have to, as departmental rules, drop you from the course. It should be no problem for anybody who's bought the kit and got a voucher. Carolina's pretty good at shipping it out once you get the voucher to them. All right, next thing for my class, you will need a calculator. By the way, today's not the most exciting lecture, but it's important stuff you should know. The best calculator I would recommend, and no, I don't have any stock in this company, I don't get any kickbacks, is this Texas Instruments TI-30 X Roman numeral S. You can buy it anywhere. You can buy it at Walmart, Target, Staples. I don't know about Walgreens, but just about anywhere. I don't know about Jewel or other places, but any main place you can buy a calculator, they sell it. It's about $15 or $16, which is quite reasonable. If you have a fancier one, that's fine. I don't care. But this one I've had at least 10, 12 years. They're bulletproof. It works well. And it's got a solar charger, so you don't have to buy batteries. And you'll see, I'll talk about in a little while. In my videos, I teach you how to use this calculator when other calculators are similar. But you will need a calculator. And here I have it listed again. I have the student behavior policy and academic honesty. This is something I'm required by the school to put in my syllabus, all faculty do. And it talks about plagiarism and cheating. Please don't. I have some stuff here which I should have taken out. This is more when we were face to face if students were unruly in the classroom. Right before the first test, I'll talk about cheating. So please don't cheat in my class. All right, this is very important. Since I've started teaching, and even when I was a grad student and I taught recitation at Michigan State, I won an award there for outstanding, what do they call it, graduate teaching assistant of the year. I'm pretty good at teaching. Anyways, so let's talk about special needs students. If you are special needs students, the center will send you a letter that you should send to me by email. I fully support the needs of all special needs students. And over the years, I've had a number of them, and they've all done well, assuming they study and work at it, which they did. If you are a special needs student, contact me in private and or have the letter, send a letter, and I will meet your special needs. I've always supported it. I always will. And if you don't have special needs and you need help, I always will give help to students too. All right, let's talk about what's important. First of all, how do you get a good grade in my class? Yes, I was a student a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And I remember I wanted to get good grades in my classes, and I did. Anyways, there's going to be 4 one-hour tests. And the dates, tentative dates, sometimes if I feel the class needs extra time, I'll postpone it a week, but that's rare, but it might happen. If we were face-to-face, we had a snowstorm, but we're not going to have to worry about that on Zoom. But anyways, here are the dates. Let's talk about tests. The way I will give tests online is in the assignment area, and I'll show you that in a little while, on Blackboard. The day of the test, I will have a password protected PDF file of that test. At 8 a.m. on each date, those are all Thursdays, or maybe even a little earlier, maybe 6 or 7 a.m., I will send out an email to each of you with the password to open that password protected file. You will have until I think it's 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. the next day, Friday, to take the test at home and then upload it as a PDF file. Now, the PDF file you'll upload with your answers in it. Now, a couple things. One, if you don't have a printer like I have right here, what do? Well, you can handwrite out the answers on a sheet of paper. What if you don't have a scanner? I'm going to guess all of you have access to a cell phone. Either you own one or you have someone you can borrow it from. And there's an app, which I have a link to, and I'll show you that in a little while, called Cam Scammer. Use the free version. It allows you to take pictures with your cell phone of each page of your answers, if you had printed it out and don't have a scanner, or you handwrite it out on a piece of paper and convert it into a PDF file, which you can then upload to Blackboard. Now, since you'll be doing it at home, I'm going to work on the honor system, that you won't be cheating. You won't go on the internet. Now, I should mention I have 10 US patents, all have been commercialized, which means I'm a clever person. And I have put in my test, since I've been teaching online, things that will show to me if a student's cheating. And if I catch you cheating, there are 2 things that get me really upset. Students who lie to me and students who cheat. That's the only thing that really gets me upset teaching. And I will do what's in my syllabus, which I'll get the dean of students and my dean of math and science involved. And unfortunately, that's happened twice. When we've been on Zoom, all the years I've taught, that's happened a total of 6 times students that I've caught cheating, because they know I will catch you. So please don't cheat. Now, I'm not going to give it to you one of those systems that keeps an eye on you and all that, because they always have bugs and cause problems. And what happens if your internet goes out? What happens if you lose power? That happens. So when you take the test, if you need an hour to take it, take it. If you need 2 hours, take it, as long as you don't cheat. Now, when I give a face-to-face exam, like an 1105, I write a test. So most students, if you've studied and done the practice problems, my test, where I normally in a face-to-face class, I have a 50-minute time period in a classroom, most students are done in about 40 minutes. One of the things I forgot to mention, I better mention now, is I teach by my golden rule of teaching. Ooh, what's that? My golden rule of teaching is I don't do to my students what I didn't like done to me. I can remember I was very lucky both at IIT and MSU. I had very good teachers, but I had two bad ones in undergrad at IIT. One they fired the next semester, and the other one didn't come back the next semester. But I write tests and teach in such a way that what I didn't like done to me, I don't do to my students. And that's how you'll take tests. And it's worked very well. And time out for a quick reminder. Remember, in my class, in my world, there's no such thing as a dumb question. I practice that. All right, there's going to be a final exam. That'll be during finals week, on the Monday of finals week. Same thing at 8 a.m. or earlier. I'll send out the password. You'll have Tuesday afternoon or early evening to finish it and upload it. I'll have one extra credit project way down near the end of the semester. Now, makeup policy. If there's an extreme emergency and you can document it, I'll let you take a makeup exam online. And generally, I ask for some sort of documentation if it's something that bad. All right, how do you get a good grade in my class? Well, there are going to be 4 hourly exams, each one 100 points. I will take the sum of the 3 highest scores, and that's worth 58% of your grade. Your final exam will be 100 points, and that's worth roughly 19% of your class. Now, when I was a student, a long time ago at IIT, most of my classes just had a midterm and final. Your midterm was 50% of your grade, your final was 50% of your grade, or your midterm was 50% of your grade, 40%, and your final was 60%. Finals week was never a fun time. Anyways, we'll also do labs. I'll have 13 labs. I'll go over that in a little while, and I'll count only the top 12. Each lab is 10 points, and that's worth 23% of your grade. Now, let me make this a little larger. I will take the sum of your 3 highest test scores, your final exam score, your lab total points, and the extra credit points if you do the optional extra credit project, multiply it by 100, divide by 520, which is the maximum number of points. You'll get a percentage, each student. If your percentage is 90 and above, you get an A, 80, 89, B, 70, 79, C, 60, 69, D, 59 or less, F. Like I said, last semester and most semesters, usually about 70% of my class earn A's, and the rest will mostly get B's. Last semester, I will tell you, I had 2 students who flunked. I didn't like that. But there's only so much I can do. I'll be posting all your test scores and everything in Blackboard, so you'll know how you're doing. And when you take a test online, the Monday afterward, I will go through on Zoom live, and I'll also have a video if you can't make it, going through all the answers on the test, so you know what you did wrong. I will also, before that Monday, email each of you an individual email, and in that email, for each answer on a test you take in my class, you will see how many points you got. And after the first test, I'll tell students, all of you, last time I checked, I don't walk on water unless it's frozen. Even then I stay off it. In other words, if I make a mistake in grading, let me know and I'll correct it. I don't say, well, that's your problem. I made a mistake. That's your, no. If I make a mistake, I will correct it. All right, here's the withdrawal. That's all through the registration. I have nothing to do with it. The last dated withdrawal is 4/14 of this year, April 14th. Rarely do I have students drop. I would say once in a while, I'll have a student drop for some reason, personal reason, they got behind. A couple times I've had students who've been transferred out of the area when we were face to face. And a couple times I've had students who are very pregnant, and sometimes they'll get it incomplete or sometimes they'll drop. Now, one thing, excuse me, if you stop taking exams and don't do lab reports, that's not dropping my course. You will get a grade. I had one student that happened. I reached out numerous times. I had the school reach out. They just disappeared. That's not dropping. Incompletes, if you have some sort of emergency, you can document it. I do incompletes. All right, on page 13 of my syllabus, again, this is not the most exciting stuff, but stuff I have to. Here's our schedule, and I keep to it. Now, one of the things this is an asynchronous class. I have taught the synchronous where students have to show up on Zoom for my lectures. And I'm a power user. Can you see my external hard drives? By the way, I'm a flashlight collector, a flashaholic. Those are some of my flashlights. I also do electronics, which you can see over there. But anyways, I recorded those from Zoom lets you do it. And using video editing, I would post those lectures because sometimes during COVID, I had students who worked in hospitals or nursing homes or in pharmacies, and other people would get COVID and they would have to cover their shift and couldn't make it to my lecture. So they could watch it on Zoom. 2 semesters ago, we went fully asynchronous. I did with this class. Before that, I did with 1211, and students do just as good because you're watching the same videos as students before my lectures. Actually, for 1105, I have a couple semesters of 1105. So if you want to binge watch Dr. White in different semesters, you can. You don't have to, but you can. Here's the material per chapter. Now, on page 15, this is very important. This is the video schedule. This is like if you're coming to my lectures face to face. This week, you should watch these 2 videos right here. And they're from 2021. And here are the URLs. Let's go right to this one. And you can see I'm still wearing my glasses before I got my cataract operation. By the way, if you need a good eye surgeon, Dr. Caven did both my eyes almost 2 years ago. And he's in Hoffman Estates and he's fantastic. Now, this is YouTube, so all of you have access to anything, your cell phone, your computer, whatever. One thing I want to show you, if you scroll down, you see here date and the file name, and you see where it says more there. Click on that, and that tells you what's the topics I talk about. And each of them have that. And a lot of this first video I'm doing right now live, but you'll see that, and then I start going into chapter 1. And all my videos are like that. If you go to my YouTube channel here for 1105, for the videos, you'll see I have a lot of semesters. Some of them are summer 8-week. I also have a 12-week, and this is 16-week, which is why I went way back here. And you can see the whole semester. And I have, these are the videos you should be watching. It's just like coming to my class if we were face to face. If you don't watch those videos, you're not going to do good in my class. They're available on YouTube, so that means they're always available. All right, let's go back to Blackboard. If you notice here, I have course information. And here I have 3 folders: lectures, recommended problem sets, and recommended problem set answers. We open up lectures. You'll see I have here my lecture slides you'll see in the video for each chapter in order that's presented. And when you see me showing a slide on this video, this is where you can find them, and you can download them. I have them both as an MS Word file and as a PDF file. That way you can open them up on your tablet or cell phone if you don't have Microsoft Word or another word processor. I also, and I'll talk about this in a little while, important information for different tests and reviews. I should mention the Tuesday before each test, I will hold a live Zoom meeting at 7 o'clock on Tuesday and go through a review for that test. If you have any questions, and if you can't make it to my office hour, or if you can't even, stop by. So now if we go back to course information, you'll see I have recommended problem sets, which I have both the MS Word. Who's ever got their audio microphone on, please shut it off. Thank you. All right. And I have the practice problems as both a MS Word and a PDF. And I also have the answers, which are always PDF, because I have to handwrite it out and scan them. I should say print, because a lot of you can't read cursive anymore. That's sad, but unfortunately true. Found that out a couple of years ago. So again, this is in the course information. Now, the assignment areas is right here, and this is where you'll find the tests and the labs and other things for you to download and upload. And I'll talk about the lab in a little while. Now, in each one of these, I have instructions how to take the test or lab, how to convert it into a PDF file using Cam Scanner. Now, there's a free version, or you can spend money and get a lot of bells and whistles version that you don't need. My students have had no problem using the free version of Cam Scammer. It works quite well. I've never used it because I've got a scanner. All right, let's go through the lab. This semester we'll have a lab. You need to buy the Carolina lab kit. During the labs, you have to take a selfie of yourself doing the lab, except for the first lab, but that's part of the chem department. And I'll talk about the lab contract that you have to have by the end of this week uploaded. Now, each lab will be 10 points. There'll be 12 or 13 of them, and I'll take top, well, I can't do 12 plus 2, 12 labs that will go for you. Here's our schedule. Now, first lab is the safety lab, which I haven't posted, and then we also have to do the safety contract. Now, I'll post it later in the week, the safety lab, not the contract, which I'll show you in a second. Next week, we won't have a lab because you probably don't have the kit yet. And then we'll go through the various labs. Now, for each lab, I cover that in a YouTube video. And here's the link to the different YouTubes. Like lab 2, you'd watch this video starting at 4 minutes, 10 seconds. And that you'll see where I will go through the lab, explain what you're doing, how to do it. Just like we were face to face, I'd do that, except we'd be in a lab room, and then you'll do it. If you have any problems doing the lab, come to my office hours or email me. Because remember, there's no such thing as a dumb question in my class. Nope, this is not what I want. Hold on while I forgot to. All right. Now, even if you haven't bought the voucher, which you need to buy for this class, I sent out to each of you an individual email with your user ID and password. Now, a couple students dropped from the class, but we had already issued a password. So I'm going to use one of those drop students. and you log in, and this is what you'll see. I see someone has a question.
Yes, sir. I had a real quick question. Is this session recorded?
Yes, it is.
And where will these recordings be? Because unfortunately, I have an emergency to attend to right now. I just wanted to
All
like.
right, well, I'm sorry about your emergency. This will be in my YouTube channel. Later tonight, I will post it and I will send out an email with a link to this video.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. Good luck on your emergency. All right, now for today's first lab, or actually it's the lab contract, but the way the department has asked us this semester is click online, and then you'll do this lab. And here where it says safety manual, you'll click on that, and you'll go through and do this. And that's how you'll do that. Again, you'll log in like I showed you. And click on lab safety manual, go through that. I won't be grading this. I'll be putting out something else of my own for you to fill out for a grade. But this is important for you to look at. It's a legal thing. The lawyers don't ask why, but it's a safety thing. Now, let me just log out of here. Now, what you'll need to do after you've read that is click on this where it says this is assignment area, and it opens up like this. I show you where to log in. I have that URL right here, and you click on the PDF right here, and you have to fill out this contract. This is the only thing, one of the two things this semester, I will ask you to actually use a printer to print out. You can find a printer at the library at COD. Most public libraries have a printer. If you have a friend who has a printer, wherever. And fill this out, name here, read it, and then signature, date it, the course, Chem 1105, net 08 or 09, and I'm Dr. White, and then you'll have to upload it here. And notice here, there's a place right here for you to upload files. And here I have the link to getting Cam Scammer if you don't have a scanner. I believe you can, I'm not sure, but you can at the COD library scan things, but you don't have to. Now, I've been asked by the department to get everybody's signed contract by a certain date, and I'm asking you to have it done by Monday, a week from today, uploaded by the end of the day. However, if you get this done if you upload it before this Thursday, the 25th, I will give you three bonus points. So get this done quickly, get it done at the latest by the 29th. Otherwise, I may have to drop you. And if you get it uploaded by 7 p.m. this Thursday, I'll give you three bonus points. That's a good deal. So again, this is in the assignment area. I'm going to be posting later this week an actual lab where you'll download something where you have some questions to answer after you watch my video for that lab. Again, here are the labs. I have videos. Now at the very end, I have what I call the student agreement. And here's a copy of it. And in order to take this class and take the first test, you have to have this filled out and uploaded. This is the only other thing this semester you actually have to print out. Everything else you can handwrite out on a piece of paper. Hang in there. We'll be going about another 10 minutes or so or less. I'm almost done, but hang in there. And if we go back to Blackboard, in the assignment area, you'll see signature sheet. And again, if you click on this, you can download either a PDF file or an MS Word document, print it out, fill it out, upload it to here. And again, click on here and you see here's a place where you upload it. Again, I'll go back. Click on assignment area. Again, click on assignment area. That takes you here. Click on here. Download this or this one. Print it, fill it out, and upload it here. You have until the first test to do this. So you got plenty of time. I'm looking at my notes. We're done with that. Not the most exciting thing, but it's important. All right, let's go to some important things here. First of all, how many of you are here? And let me go to gallery view. How many of you are here? Give me a thumbs up if you have an undying love of chemistry. How many of you are here because you plan to become a chemist? I see one possible. How many of you are planning on getting a PhD in chemistry or already have one? Me. Why did I do that? Because I know you're not here to become an organic chemist or any other chemist, but you're here to take this course. So I'm not going to try and convert you to become a chemist, but I will teach you chemistry in this class. Now, why learn chemistry? Good question. Let's think about that. My skin here, that's chemistry. It's made up of atoms and molecules. My hair and what's left of it is made up of molecules. That's chemistry. My clothes, that's chemistry. I hope you're all breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Blow in your hand right now. Did you feel something? That's, if you blow, that's gas, that's molecules of oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon dioxide coming from your body. That's chemistry. So my clothes are chemistry, my body and everything is chemistry. The paint of my walls, that's chemistry. That wood trim is chemistry. By the way, I like hair ringers. I collect them. That's a hobby of mine. The metal is chemistry. So let's see. Why is it? Wait a second. Your food is chemistry. The water in this bottle is a chemical. That's chemistry. So isn't it obvious why it's important to take this class? If all those things, your food, my skin, my clothes, the air I'm breathing is all chemistry, isn't it obvious? Sure it is. Because someone said you have to take this class to graduate or get a degree or get in a program, and you want to get a good grade. I know that. You now know I know that. I'm not going to try and convert you into a chemist. Now, listen carefully. How do you get a really good grade in my class? Well, we better talk about bicycles. Bicycles? Yeah, bicycles. Let's assume you don't know how to ride a bicycle. And being the nice person I am, and I am, I give you the best Blu-ray disc, How to Ride a Bicycle. And you've got a large screen TV like the one I have in my family room, 75-inch Sony. Oh, is it beautiful? And you have a real good Blu-ray player, and you watch it for the next month. You watch it over and over again. Slow motion, back it up, watch it frame by frame. At the end of a month, you know that Blu-ray disc by heart, every image on there. What's going to happen the first time you get on a bicycle? Boop, you're going to fall off. But with practice, you will learn how to ride a bicycle. Well, this class is no different. You can watch my videos over and over again where I go through some practice problems. It's no different than watching the Blu-ray How to Ride a Bicycle. If you don't practice, what's going to happen on a test? Oop, you're going to fall off, and that means you're not going to get a good grade. I have created what I showed you in Blackboard, practice problem and practice problem answers. Do them on your own, and then watch me go through some of those in the video. But if you don't do it on your own, boop, you're going to fall off on the test. And I don't want that to happen. Watch and do the practice problems on your own. Now, speaking about practice, again, generation gap time. I don't know how many of you remember back in about 1995, 96, Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls, was the best of the best of the best, the very best player in the NBA at that time. The very best. Bulls were really good too. They won, I think, those years 3 championships in a row. And every once in a while, you'd see in a local paper on the sports on a local TV show, like the 10 o'clock news on ABC, CBS, a report saying Michael Jordan, the best in the NBA, always the first on the practice court, always the last off the practice court at any team practice of the Bulls. Why did the best in the NBA have to be the first on, the last off? Because he practiced, and that kept them being the best. Again, chemistry is no different. You have to do the practice problems. Remember, I'm here to help you. Why? You have to do the work yourself, because I'm not going to take the test. By the way, I'll ace my own test. Now, one
Sorry,
other
may
thing,
I ask a question now?
of course,
May I ask a
whatever
question
that
now?
is. Ah, Flora, yes.
So my question is about the student argument. So where do we have to submit that? Because I sent that to you. I emailed it to you. I'm sorry. I didn't know where to attach that. The student argument, because I couldn't
For
find it in
what?
the block.
Say that again. Are you talking about the student
The
agreement
syllabus.
or
Yes,
the
at the
contract?
end.
The what?
Yes. Yes. It's the student argument at the end of the syllabus that we have to sign
All
that.
right, let's go back. That's a good question. All questions are good questions. All right, let's go back here. Let's actually go back here. Now, here when you log on, can you see announcements on your screen? Flora, give me a thumbs up if you can.
Yes, I did. And
Okay,
I actually submitted 2 arguments yesterday. So
well,
I don't know if
still
this is
uploaded here. And click on assignments. See where my cursor is on the left? And then for the safety contract, you'll click on this assignment. And then see here where it says upload files. You click on that and then browse local files, and you know how to pick it from there. And same thing for the other one. The reason why I ask anybody who emails me an assignment to put it back and do it this way Blackboard keeps them all together, and I don't miss one that I might miss one in the email. And I can go back and grade it or look at it. Same thing for the signature sheet at the end of the syllabus. Here they are to download it. Once you fill it out and create a PDF file, and here are instructions how to do that. Here's the best way. If you don't have a scanner, CAM scanner, you can go there and you find that app, and don't use the free version. And again, when you're ready to upload the signature sheet, click on upload files, and here browse local files. See how this comes up and you pick a file. I'm not going to do that because I don't have to upload it for myself. And that's how you do it. Flora, did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's a good thing. All questions are good things. Now, last semester and the semester before, I had problems with a number of students, a couple of them, who were not handing in labs. And it hurt their grade. They got a grade lower than what they should have if they'd handed in the labs. The way I asked you to do labs, I'm not going to ask you to spend 10 hours on a lab. Now, the lab themselves will take some time, but the actual lab report, it should never take you more than a half hour, 45 minutes, and some of them you're probably doing 15 minutes or 20 minutes. So that's the lab. Now, one thing speaking about the lab, well, some of the labs you'll be working with chemicals. And if you have a marble top and most of you are probably working in the kitchen, to protect countertops. Does everybody see this on the, oops, that's not what I wanted. Back up. Can you see this foil pan on your screen? This is from Walmart. This costs $1.24 plus tax. You can get it at any Walmart. You can get similar at Target, I'll bet, and other places. I would do all my work with any chemicals in there. That will protect your, your countertops. So get one of these real inexpensive aluminum foil, or you can get a couple of them if you want. They're cheap. I think they sell. Here you can buy 2 of them for $2.98 plus tax. Or you can buy 2 of these individual, it's actually cheaper. This is 9 by 13. Actually, they give you 2. So I'd highly recommend you do that. All right, one of the things when I'm online, Zoom like this, sometimes I don't immediately see where you send me a message. Somebody and never asked. All right, 2 things. One, I'll answer the question, but the other thing is you should never, ever have to say sorry for asking a question in my class. You should never, ever have to say sorry for asking a question in my class. All questions are good questions. Remember, in my class, in my world, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Now, if you haven't had me send you the login name and password for the Carolina website, email me. If you've signed up today, I've got to send Carolina company your name and your section, whether you're net 8 or 9 of 1105. And sometime tomorrow, they'll send me back that information and then I'll send it to you. Carol, did that answer your question? I know you don't have a mic. You're welcome. All right, let me get back to what I was. Oops, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Remember, keep up. Watch the videos for each lab. Watch, come to my office hours. Reach out to me if you need help. Do the labs. Do the practice problems, and you'll get a good grade in here. And that will make me happy, and I'm sure that will make you happy. Now, I think I'm just about done. There's one more thing I want to do. If you notice in my emails, and if you notice at the end of my videos, I use the words gehen gesund. I'm Jewish, and gehen gesund is Yiddish. And probably one of the greatest people I've ever known in my life, what a powerful woman, was my grandmother Greenman, my mother's mother. She was probably one of the finest people I've ever met in my life. Great woman, great woman. And whenever we used to go over to their place, and when we'd leave, she'd always say to us, myself, my sisters, my mother and father too, but mainly to us, especially when we were little kids, gehen gesund. Gehen gesund is Yiddish for go in health. And once the pandemic started and we went to Zoom, that came back to me, and I said, every time I end, I should put that in there. Gehen gesund, go in health. And I do, because the pandemic is still out there, not as bad as it was. I've had a number of boosters for that and other things. And I'm one of those I wear a mask when I go to the supermarket and all that. So does my cardiologist, wears a mask, and my hematologist. Yep, I go to those to keep me healthy. But that's what gehen gesund is. So I'm going to say goodbye. I'll stick around for a little while after I say goodbye. For anybody who has questions, when you ask questions at the end, I'll cut that out of the video. But within an hour or so, I will post today's video Zoom meeting on my YouTube channel so you can watch it again. But one last hint or tip. You will not do well in this class if you wait until the last minute to binge my Zoom videos or do the practice problems. You won't learn chemistry well a day or two before the test. Keep up. Watch the videos. They're available 24/7. So you have no problem with having access to it. Do the labs when they're due, hand them in. And if you have questions, reach out to me. Because remember, there's no such thing as a dumb question. One last thing, remember, a week from today at the latest, do the safety lab or go to the Carolina website and also fill out that contract and upload it. I like my special effects, upload it, but that was lame, sorry. Upload it to Blackboard. By the way, I teach at Elgin Community College, and their system is called D2L, which is short for Desire to Learn. Sometimes I'll say, here, go to D2L, and you'll look at what he's talking about. What's the other system? But do that. for the safety contract. And with that, I'll hang around for a little while, but I'm going to say goodbye to all of you who'd like to leave. And I'll end it as always, Gang gesund. Remember, gang gesund means go in hell. Gang gesund. And I stole from Granny of the Beverly Hillbillies, great TV program from when I was a kid. She used to always end that program by going like this. So I'll say goodbye, gang gesund. So that from Granny to Beverly Hillbillies. Bye now.